Tell us something. No, I've not really seen them. I don't really know much about them.
Good.
That's why they make the letter so you do.
Nice dressing. I like the dressing on that.
Alright. Quite fancy. I've not been to a gig for a while, so that'd be cool.
Yeah. We didn't get any hummus though, did
I'd run out.
we?
So what's the English translation of the word cinemasia?
Conspiracy.
Sam says that your friends think that everything's a conspiracy.
Of course we do.
He says that that way of thinking to him is inconceivable.
He's too young to understand.
I reply by saying that it is something difficult, that you have to grow up with these ideologies. And then he takes the piss out of me. He says, you must be crazy if you think everybody's plotting against you.
He finds it strange that we are...
Well, it's our way of thinking.
Yeah, that we have such beliefs because reality forces us to have. The disbanding of Russia and all the communist countries. How would he imagine it if he were to go back in history? Could he imagine it that way? If we were to ask such a thing, everyone would consider us to be lunatic freaks. What would they say to us if we had predicted this disbanding?
Janis.
It wasn't just a country accusing Iraq of having nuclear weapons. It was the whole of mankind. So, let us say there was an American conspiracy. Well, in that case, there's got to be a British one too, and a Dutch, and a Spanish, and a German, and... So yes, the whole world is an international conspiracy. Everyone agreed that we're in danger from Iraq. They went in, they demolished it, and subsequently they found nothing. Nothing at all. Therefore, when they argue that the news presenters are trying to arrange a conspiracy, well, that's easy to understand. When conspiracies cost 3.5 million deaths, then it's very easy to arrange a small conspiracy. You see, when they changed the scene, they changed it from being Iraq having nuclear weapons and just changed it to something else. Something else that was frightening. No one was sentenced for being a hypocrite or a conspirator. The president who said that it was a real threat, right, he's been re-elected by a unanimous vote. The President of the United States. The British one too. Right. They were all cleared in the end. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Similar to America nowadays, Russia used to be the leading authority, which after a few years, I think 10, with no rebellion from the people, no revolution, has collapsed. It collapsed in the sense that even Coca-Cola came into the equation, and then came the fall of the wall in Germany, where East and West Germany were united, like in that film, Goodbye Lenin. Accordingly, all the other countries with communist regimes were defeated too. America went in and demolished everything. Like the film says at the end, a landscape with Coca-Cola prevailing. And then, in addition, Gorbachev, the ex-president of the Soviet Union of Russia, advertises Pizza Hut in America. Who could ever foresee such a thing? Even the most important philosophers did not foresee that. If you had suggested back then that the president of Russia would be friends with Americans and advertising American products, they would hang you. They would assume you as an agent. Even here in Greece, they would kill you. Back then, people didn't think that far. All these events were gone so easily and painless, with no rebellion from the people. These scenarios which we discuss and argue now, they might seem like exaggerations to some, but can you see there is logical thinking that way?
You need to be brainwashed from childhood to be able to grow up in an environment surrounded by television and media and still be able to bring into question everything you see or hear.
The progress of civilization is based on money. In order for capital to grow, it presupposes that there has to be a conspiracy. How could they rule the world any differently?
And in this game, all countries are participating.
When I say a conspiracy, do you understand what I mean by that? For God's sake, I'm not a philosopher. I shouldn't have to explain it to you. There's loads of information and facts that are happening around us. This information, it doesn't constitute knowledge. They create it to assist their purpose. People think that they know what's happening in the world. However, the information is manipulated. Information doesn't create knowledge. Wrong information can give you wrong knowledge. They give you the information that they want to provide you with. They create a conspiracy based on the knowledge that they supply you with. People believe that they understand what's happening in the world all around them because they read the newspapers and they listen to the BBC. By gathering bits of information, we have the conviction that can verify who can be blamed for what's wrong in the world.
I think people are aware of that, but they're just too afraid to believe it.
Even if I personally believed it, the thought that it all may be a conspiracy frightens me. It shows a perversion of the human brain, and that form of perversion can only bring destruction.
I like this kind of scenario. It doesn't scare me. I think it's imaginative.
Come on, Janis,
Oh,
doesn't that
You
terrify
just
you?
have to accept it's human nature.
In the way that the world's formed, people don't command. Information says that people, namely the president, is in charge and not Coca-Cola. But the information that they're providing is wrong. Because if you kill this person, the president, his power wouldn't be gone. Civilization ends up being synonymous to money. So compared to money, all the rest of us are inferior. It's a conspiracy beyond people.